Alright, I guess we're live. Welcome to the Sim channel, everybody. Today we're looking at the newly released KartKraft KZ2 shifter cart, and I guess I'll just jump right in game while nobody's yet online. That being said, before I do that, I will quickly post a little bit of advertisement for this on Facebook. All right, that should do it. We've got some viewers. Hey guys. So let's get into the game. I haven't yet done a single meter in game with this new card. Nevertheless, let's go right into time trial. Let's go Geo. I hope you can see KartKraft on your screen. Also, I hope that the volume will be fine. Just please report in chat if anything is not working as expected. What the hell? What is this? What's going on here? Is this... Okay, I'm having two issues right now. First issue is, for some reason the card is automatic. Like, what? Why would anyone want to have this in automatic? Auto upshift, downshift, off. Okay, clutch and throttle lift. I'm not a go-kart expert. Is that like even a thing in go-karts? I don't know how those things work, but I'll leave those on auto for now. Okay. And I'm turning down the force feedback a little because that was a little too much. Save changes and resume. Something is really weird. Whenever I brake, the steering wheel turns hard to the left. Or in any, like, what? This shouldn't be like this. Let's check if it's the cart, or some weird setting that may have changed with the update. So I'll quickly go back and try the X30. Start event X30. Yeah. Anyway, how was the volume in game? Can you report if it's fine or if anything needs to be louder, less loud? Can you see the game properly? This one feels perfectly normal. Hey Swifty, welcome back. Okay, game is a bit loud, so let's see if we can turn that down in game. Oh. Did I just kill my monitor? I don't know. Okay, let's check out the volume again. Is it better now? Good, good. And this card, by the way, is also perfectly fine the way it feels. Made it too silent now. Yeah, well, I'm returning to the menu anyway for some. I'm gonna go 14 now, that'll be it. Go. All right. And now I'm gonna switch back to the shifter card. But it seems like something is wrong with the force feedback on that one. Because the X30s felt perfectly fine, just as always. But like whenever I hit the brake, like not even hard, the steering wheel would just turn hard into any direction, turn a lot harder into any direction I was pointing at while I was getting on the brake. Also, the sound is weird, isn't it? So there's a coast mode, and there's a full power mode, and there's nothing in between. There's no shift noises. I feel like they gave us something that wasn't ready for public yet. Can you guys appreciate what the steering wheel is doing? Do you see that? Let me... Okay. Let me actually put the game steering wheel on the screen as well. Is that somewhere here in this one? Or is it under game settings? Show driver. No, I don't want the driver, I want the wheel. Show steering wheel, okay. There we go. Wait, now I'm... Maybe I need to invert the force feedback for this card. Let's invert it and see if that makes it better. No, it does not. Come on. I don't think, at least. No. Okay, like whenever I steer into any direction, it'll just snap into that direction. So that's not it. Okay. It would be weird anyway to have to invert it for one card, not for the other. Let's filter it all a bit more. Turn the strength down further, maybe 70%. I mean, the force feedback is violent in this game anyway, right? So even in the X30, it's pretty sharp, and like there's the steering wheel is rattling all the time when you're driving, but that's fine. I mean, it's basically an unsprung vehicle, so it's supposed to be a little bit on the harsh side, as are karts in real life, right? But this feels like a bug. Also, I think the tires are locking up, like from the slightest touch of the brake. Maybe that's causing the force feedback to feel so weird. But it did not lock up, right? But it's still, whenever I hit the brake, I'm getting like the weirdest, strongest rattle on the steering wheel. Let's see. So I'm just hitting the brakes now, but no, it takes some while before they lock up the wheels, and the weird rattle of the steering wheel comes before that. But yeah, the harsh right and left turning of the wheel, that's from the lockups. That's true. But why? Okay, well, one thing we can do is probably have a look at the return to pits and then vehicle setup, tuning, brakes. Okay, so this one has brakes both in the front and the rear. I'm going to turn down brake strength to half of what it is for now. What else do we got here? Rear sprocket teeth. Okay, I've never heard the word before. I have no idea what a sprocket is or what this setting would do. It sounds like it says it here. Okay, I'm blind. Changes the effective gear ratio. Lower numbers increase the speed while sacrificing acceleration. No, I think it was pretty well set up for this track. I reached the end of 6th gear at the end of the long straight. So I wonder if the seat position has any physical impact on the game. So, like, is it better to sit as low as possible, but then, like, I can still adjust my camera setting, right? So is that like a free lunch here? I'm not sure. Right height, okay. Yeah, all of this looks normal to me. Let's save it as a new setup. Well, the force intensity overall is fine. It's even on the weak side right now here. Okay. So, going 40% on brake strength. Helped at least a little bit. Okay, hands up if you find the sound really annoying. It's not the position of the microphone, it's just that it seems to shift, or to switch between different sound modes, basically. There's like it's like connected to the position of the gas pedal, I think, more or less. And then you can hear distinct clicking between the audio samples, which is not great. But I wonder how that can be, because they had their own preview video out a couple days ago of the shifter cart, and then that was fine. Oh, where's this? I've never been here before. Have you guys been here? Is this? Oh. Yeah, okay. Oh, that was not the right button. This was. I'm glad you like your new cockpit. like I want the less rear brake bias because it's turn the pits. Because whenever I hit the brakes, I end up locking the rears. So brakes, let's go 10% maybe, and overall strength 35 maybe. Let's see. When does KartKraft come out on PS4? I don't think there are any plans. I really wouldn't expect it to come out there because I think it's a really small developer team. Mostly one person, maybe a few others. And I mean, it's using the Unreal Engine, so in principle it could be ported to PS4, but that like on the administrative end, releasing on console is a whole different beast than releasing on PC. So unless there's some announcement of that online, I wouldn't really have much hope for this coming out on PS4. So I've never tried the SimLab GT1 Evo, but Chris Hay has one, and I trust his judgment. He is very happy with it. From the looks of it, and from all the tests and reviews that I could gather, it's a really nice cockpit. And if I were to buy one right now, if I had any money for that, I would probably also go or take a close look at the SimLab Evo, the GT1 Evo. But I can't really say I can recommend it because I haven't tried it, but I think it's pretty much the best bang for the buck. Also looking at upgradability because it's the 80/20 system, right? So you can basically attach a huge amount of things to it and just get your own profile bits and attach more if you upgrade your rig. So going 80/20 is certainly, I guess, a good idea. If you're planning to have a rig that doesn't have to fulfill certain requirements. For my rig here at home, this is my living room, right? I have my couch behind me, and I'm also using this TV here to watch movies. So for me, it's important that I can move the rig in front of the TV and back into the corner again. And with a SimLab GT1 Evo, that might become difficult. I wouldn't recommend putting rigs on wheels, actually. I've tried, when I was at Huizingveld, I don't know if you've seen the video that I made like 2 years ago, when I visited Huizingveld at their headquarters. They had their rigs on wheels and was also 80/20 rigs, but their own. And everything was well, kind of shaking and moving around. It was not that great. So I would put any rig without any wheels or coasters on the ground, so that it's safe and steady. But that might get you complications with if you have to move it around, because those 80/20 rigs, I think, are also more on the heavy side compared to the GT Omega rig that I'm using here. All right. If you say you're having no issues with the caster wheels, then that's good for you. I can only report from my experience at Huizingveld, which wasn't ideal. You can also see that in the videos, that mostly, well, it had also the monitor stands on the same thing, and they were mostly wobbling around, so that was a little annoying. Because the whole rig was moving a little bit. So anyway, where was I going? Actually, I was gonna have a look at the shop and see if I can buy another KZ2. Because I've seen like a red one in the video, and now I'm wondering, probably this one. Okay, let's buy it. So maybe there's something wrong with just the Praga. I don't know if they have like different sounds for the different models. I wouldn't think they do, because I think it should just be the livery really, but we'll find out. Also, the video was at this track, so just to make sure it's not track dependent. Yeah. Well, so if you look at this, the two cards, at least the setup they're depicted in this screen is different. So the red one here has a wider front axle and a higher seat. Also, the engine is slightly more forward. Do you see any other differences? Yeah, the whole front axle looks to be in a slightly different place. Regarding the seat, maybe have a look at my video on this seat here, the Mirko Seats race gel something. I like it a lot. It's a really good seat, and you can customize it and so on. That being said, I don't know if Mirko Seat went out of business, but when I tried a couple of months ago to get in touch with them and find out a bit about it, they asked me what I needed. Like, we can still build your seat if you just talk to us. But I said I was just curious, and I already have my seat. But if you like what you see at Mirko Seats, you could send them an email and see if they will still build a seat for you. You can also add like your own logos and stuff. It's pretty cool. Okay, anyway. Let's try the red card and see if that's any better than the Praga. In terms of sound, no. Steering wheel looks different. Yeah, right, I should return to pits. But to be honest, like this car isn't a lot of fun. I don't think I'll be spending much time on that one tonight, which is really unfortunate. Come on, give me 10, okay. I was looking forward to this. I really like KartKraft, and it's a really nice sim in my eyes. Hoping for a good time with it. Apparently, it's not happening tonight. By now I feel like I should take out the X30 for a little bit, just to show you that I'm not just a crazy bad driver. And it really is the car that is really weird. I'm also not hearing much in terms of downshift sounds. Or any shift sounds for that matter. I think I'm stuck on a cone. And do you see that shifter thing glitching behind the steering wheel? I mean, I'm not shifting or anything, it's just glitching out. Return to pits. This is like the worst stream ever, but I feel like it's out of my hands. I don't know what to change about it. I don't know what I could do to this car to make it drive better. I mean, I could probably turn the brake balance all the way up to the front axle so that the rear won't come out like that anymore, but restarting the game. Yeah. Why not? I mean, not much to lose here, right? So, in case this card isn't working any better when I get back into the game, if like, what happened now? Did the game just crash? I'm left here with a black screen. So, yeah, now it's gone. Let's restart the game. Anyway, so if this doesn't fix the card, what do you want to see me do? Want to see some X30 karting, or would you prefer some ACC or AC, or just let me know. Practice, KZ2. Let's get some clouds in. And well, I guess I can take the Praga again. I could give you guys a little bit of a preview of the next video, which I just did the audio recording for. Should be out by Monday, I guess. It's about ACC and my new favorite sim racing experience. First of all, let's try this card. It's very understeery in comparison to. Was that a? Is that something to explore? Woo. No, I want to go left here. Now I forgot what I was saying before. This is cool. I had no idea that you could go here. Yeah, I don't like R Factor 2 very much. Just every time I get in game, it seems like my steering wheel isn't working, and it takes me half an hour to get anything to work. And I've seen Jimmy's video on the Senna, and I gotta say I also don't like the Senna car. I think it doesn't look good to me. It doesn't seem like a lot of fun to drive, just like your generic hypercar. So, can we get like a burger maybe? Or sausage here? I have to say, I think it's kind of cool that you can go explore the environment a little bit here. Is there more to be found here? My first instinct was, my god, these are body bags. We have dead people here, but it's carts and covers, I guess. Where are we now? A bit skinny, maybe. These people here. Oh. Yeah, I think now I have to reset. Okay. Okay, so the cart is like really understeered compared to the X30, and I guess you could probably fix that with the settings somehow, but it's not enough fun right now for me to try to do too many things with the setup. And it's also really oversteer. Like off the throttle you get a lot of understeer. Once you're on the throttle it wants to turn around on you. Okay. Why can't I do a timed race in AC? What? Ty, are you? Do you use the what's it called? The hang on. The content manager for AC. Okay. I'm just going to do a little bit of XC30 with X30 in KartKraft now, just to get my frustration with the shifter cart out of the system and do some enjoyable laps. Also, since there's, I don't think I have, I'm not sure if I actually have times in the time trial already with it, so, oh, I do. But I'm like a second off of first rank, but I'm 4th in Germany, so that's fine. All right. Yeah. So since KartKraft introduced settings, I'm not sure how much of the gap to the first guy is the setting and how much is the driving. Because I wasn't too far off the world record, I think, back when it didn't have settings. This is so much nicer to drive. I don't think this setup is really working for me. Oh, hey KartKraft game. It's good to know that we can rename setups now. Are you the developer or of the developer team? Because I'm having big trouble with the new shifter cart, unfortunately. All right, here's rename setup. Okay. All right, so now that we have you on board, and thank you for joining, let's leave this event and let's get into the KC2. So I bought 2 of them. I don't know if it makes any difference. First thing I'm wondering is, since these look a little bit different in terms of the geometry of the front axle and also the position of the seat and the engine, are they physically the same or are they different in any way? That was first question. Okay, now I'm going into the game with the standard setup. And as soon as I touch the brake, you will yeah, see that I'm struggling to keep it on track. Also, the sound seems broken. It seems to be switching between different recordings. So okay. Oh. Sound bug will be fixed next week. Is good to hear. So whenever I hit the brakes, the tires lock up and I get like a violent pull on the force feedback to whichever side the tires are pointing. I'm going to demonstrate it again at the end of the long straight. So I already turned the force feedback way down because it was really difficult to drive. Okay. So what do drivers do about it? Just decrease the brake pressure or brake force, or how are people dealing with it then in real life? Okay. All right. You want to give me driving advice for the KZ2? Because I was sort of quick in the X30 until the settings were introduced, and now I'm like a second off the world record. But because I have no idea how to set up a go-kart. I've never done that in any other game before or in real life. So yeah, that unfortunately makes me, the setup options probably make me a little slower in comparison to the guys who know what they're doing. Anyway, right now let's try and fix this here. Oh, okay, point and shoot, all right. We'll see if I can do that. Change it to 25 total pressure. Like this. Bias, okay. Hang on. So more like this then. Pressure 35, okay. Wait, dry? Save custom setup. Okay, should probably rename them at some point. Wait, no, I thought I was... Didn't I just save it? Okay. Rename. Calling it dev. Okay. All right, let's try again. Did the sun come out while I was in the pits? I feel like I had it set to overcast and now it's sunny again. Okay. Okay. Right. So seat height to 80%. All right. So all right, so I want a high seat, so I have a higher center of mass, so that the cart will kick back more when I accelerate, and I will give more weight on the rear axle, right? That's interesting. Oh. All right. By the way, can I just ask while you're here, how large is the developer team? Because I remember hearing from somebody that was fairly small, even maybe just one person. So I'm curious to hear about that. 3 devs, okay. So this fits better. want to say congratulations for creating a pretty great core driving experience, and also probably like pretty much the best racing game graphics I've seen. So whoever does the graphics, or the modeling and textures, materials, that's really impressive. But also I like that this game has like a, it's the first game where I can enjoy the karting experience, and I've tried pretty much all the other karting sims out there. Like there's some Karts and P-Cars 2, then there's RF2, there's Automobilista, and then there's something that you can buy, I think, for RF2, some externally developed kart simulation as well. And they all feel wrong and silly and weird. But this one does it. This one, no idea how realistic it is, but in terms of driving experience, I think this is the first karting game sim that's ever sold me on, okay, this might be what it feels like to be driving these karts. So. Nope. Ouch. Yeah. So what do you have plans in terms of? I mean, this is still. Is this still early access? I'm not even sure. All right. So what do you guys have planned for the full release in terms of content and maybe game modes, if any? But I think, to me personally, content is most interesting. Yeah, I shouldn't read the chat as much as maybe focus on the driving. By the way, that thing behind the steering wheel, I don't know what it is actually. It looks like a shift pedal, but then there's that stick, so I don't know. That was glitching every now and then before. I had it early on in the stream where I was standing still and was just flickering about. All right. That sounds exciting, actually. With a, does it have? It doesn't have multiplayer yet, does it? So far, I've been so caught up in the time trials. Like when there's a time trial mode in a game, I usually hardly do anything else. Okay, bias forward and change the gearing. Okay. Let's do that. Okay, I see. So let's go 90. Drivetrain. So which direction do I want to change these numbers? I have no idea. I think you said higher gearing, so higher numbers here. And brake bias. Race sprocket 24. Okay. No. What happened? Wait, what? Oh, okay, here we are. Brakes, bias to 15, okay. Race sprocket. Okay, 24. And the engine sprocket teeth, leave that at 16? Or should I change that? All right. Okay, increasing caster. No, there was. 16 degrees. Okay. All right. So that would make it 0.3. Okay. So the caster, will that make it more stable? And then the scrub radius will... increase jacking. I'm not sure what jacking is, to be honest. In terms of the driving dynamics, I think anything that will make this thing more stable will help me. Okay. Well, let's try. Travel lifting through the long right-hand sweeper, okay. You mean the one near the end, I suppose? The last right-hand turn. This one, to be precise. Okay, brake more in a straight line. Yeah, okay. Seems to work. Okay, brake late, dive bomb the apex. Okay, I will try, let's see. Oh! Seems to work. That was probably overdoing it. I'd like to be able to use a little more steering angle, to be honest, because the force feedback is really quite violent, and every little nudge on the force feedback will alter the direction the car is pointing at quite a lot. Okay, let's see. Let's just see how this feels at like 11. Yeah. I mean, it's not easy to get much slower right now because I'm still really struggling to keep that thing on track. And it was already when you joined us, I had already switched back to the X30 just to show that I'm not just a really bad driver. But yeah, this definitely takes some getting used to for me. So let's keep driving. Wow. Yeah, there was some bump that just caught me out. Ah. So my optimal time is already 4/10 quicker than my best so far, so I just remembered how I did those sectors. I feel like I want to change the force feedback a little bit on my steering wheel here. Oh, there's the glitching clutch pedal again. Is that always in standstill? Yeah, it seems to be. Okay. By the way, do you guys at KartKraft use direct drive steering wheels to drive and to develop, or what kind of wheels do you use, or what would you recommend for this? Okay. So I'm now setting the force feedback intensity to 70% in the wheel, and I think I'm increasing the friction to 50, the natural friction. I want more. Putting it to 70. Yeah, of course. I mean, like how much is the how large is the installed base of direct drive wheel users? I would guess it's. I don't know if you have statistics on that, but my guess would be it's around 1% or 2%, right? Less than 1%, okay. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm down to a 30.6 now with a best of 30.5, so I like almost got my best sectors together. Yeah, no braking and turning. I was now attempting to throw the cart into a corner just to get it point straight as quickly as possible and get back on the gas. Like with a bit of counter steer, like a bit of, oh that was too late, but a bit of rallying basically. Okay. I feel like it might also work for the last turn. Whoa. Turning in too early, okay. Turn in later. Oh, come on. thinking maybe I should stay out of second gear altogether. Brake later, turn in later. Okay. So aim more for the outside of the turn, the corner. We'll see. This is, by the way, like even when the force feedback is turned low, this is the game that would most qualify as a workout from all games, because you just gotta be so quick and hold on to the steering wheel so tightly, and I'm completely sweaty by now. Take the shortcut and then go back for some hot laps. We've already explored the off-track areas here at this track a little earlier, so I'm not going to do that again. It's really tough to wrap your head around how different this car has to be treated from the X30. Jesus Christ. No, I haven't, Strictly. Who is Super GT? I'm not sure I know him. Ah. All right. Tuning driver. So, is that reward? I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it move, really. Is that moving even? Is it? Okay, so. Yeah, why not all the way to the back? And I still want to reduce the brake bias a little bit. Okay. That was too much. Do I want to drive this thing really wild, or do I want to try and make it as calm as possible with very careful throttle pressure? Because I'm still not sure. But wait, question to the KartKraft dev here. Are you planning on including a rental card in this game at some point? Because that would give many people a point of comparison to something that they know from real life. I mean, of course, rental cars also differ, but like in the big picture, they are probably more similar to one another than the X30 to the KC2 in most cases. Oh, that's nice. So 30.4, I wanna... rip, what? Okay, I wanna quickly, was I in hot lap mode? I'm hearing my pulse now, it's like, it's a proper workout. What happened now? Why is there just a black screen? Did the game crash? Is it capable of crashing? I guess I'll just press the button and restart it. Yeah. Let's see if it saved my quickest time. ACC potentially. I want to do a little more KartKraft, but yeah, I guess I'll switch over to ACC at some point. So what was that, like any difference between the Praga and the other, the CRG cart? I mean, they look different a little bit, so okay. Which one would you say fits my driving style better? Or should I buy another one? Sodi, okay, let's see. Shop. I got Aero Deadly, Praga, and CRG. Oh, there's more. Whoa. So many more. I hadn't used the keyboard before. Okay. Let me have a look at the other ones. Okay. Monaco. Formula K. Okay. Yeah, it's just the thing is that it's hard to really implement all those driving tips because everything just goes so fast in a car and you don't really have time to think about it. Like you don't have like 5 seconds preparation for the next turn. So I have to remind myself over and over again of braking in a straight line and so on. But yeah, I guess I'm getting there eventually. I just need many more hours of driving. Okay, let's go with Sodi. Return to pits, setup, tuning, okay. So I think I had the caster, lower of course, different card and so on, but still. Scrub radius, I think it's rather on the low side for me. Then move the seat back. Also move it up a little. I feel like the game could use a little more documentation in terms of, well, for one thing, kart setups, because I don't think a lot of sim racers know how to set up a kart because it's the first good kart sim ever. And then, like, I had no idea that there were, like, until I guess you or one of your colleagues told me on Facebook just 2 hours ago or three. I had no idea that we could buy cars in the shop. It was just like, I feel like maybe there should be something to tell users a little bit more of what they can do in the game and where and why. Okay, and brakes. Good question, Agnes. I'm also interested in the answer. Yeah, I think I'm a little bit quicker with this one. If I remember to brake early enough. Whew. Okay. 30.136. I think that was a usable lap for me, and I think that's it's not getting better tonight. So let's retire. Hope the game doesn't crash, or does it crash again at the same point? Apparently it does. That's too bad. I want to get back in though and see where 136 or something would put me in the current leaderboard. Okay, it would put me on 8 in Germany, and oh, there's a second difference. What was my time? It was 130.136, right? Not 131. So it would put me on number 2 in Germany and on number 9 in the world, I think. Minus all those that also didn't submit that time because of a bug. Okay. I think for tonight, that's enough for me for KartKraft. I'm completely exhausted now, really sweaty, and yeah, 30.136. Thank you. So I think that's not too bad. I mean, I did get premium advice here by the dev, but second in Germany and like 9th in the world. That's fine. Too bad it wasn't saved. Okay. What was the fastest overall? Well, okay, so I'm just like 4/10 of the world record for now. So So I guess that's okay. Also, thanks to the stream, I have it on tape. Right. So, sorry, KartKraft game dev. That's all for KartKraft tonight. But yeah, whenever I need a workout, I go back to KartKraft. I know. Let's swap wheels. What's going on here? I really wish Fnatic had figured this quick release out before release. This more and more this seems like a rushed solution. I'm not sure I like it that much. I already got the technical Vaseline for it that was recommended by the Fnatic support, so that the wheels will slip on easier. And it helps, certainly. But now the wheel nut seems to be getting stuck every now and then, just on the thread. Maybe I should wear gloves to really tighten it. Whew. Okay, we'll be going into ACC now. I'm not sure which car to take. I have an absolute favorite now. I'm not sure if I mentioned earlier which one it was. I don't think I did though. But you might see that in a video very soon as well. I think I have to activate it for the stream as well. There's ACC. Load up the game. Okay, so guys, what track should I use in ACC and what car? I'm relying on your educated opinions here. What's most fun? Yeah, Swifty, I can. Brands Hatch is also the main feature track in the next video. Okay, so teaching Swifty how to drive. Fine with me. So, oh yeah, okay. Now I think the cat's out of the bag. What's my most beloved car in this game right now? Okay, well, spinning at high TC settings, that sounds like more of a problem in either your how well you're trained driving this kind of car, or maybe force feedback settings, wheels, something like that. Okay. If this car just wasn't that ugly. By the way, are you seeing ACC on the screen? I hope you are, because it's open now on mine. So this car, I don't think I've ever tried it, the BMW, because it's just so unpretty. But I think it's reasonably quick. Or let's take the McLaren, since yeah, you really have to know the track. Ooh, Chris Harris. I met Chris Harris at the Spa 24 Hours in 2016 when he drove for Bentley. And I have a selfie with Chris Harris. So, yes, I'm taking him. in the McLaren. How fitting with Brands Hatch. Because everything is British. Don't leave us, Great Britain, don't leave us. Turn around on Brexit, please. We like you. I was actually baptized just 30 minutes south of Brands Hatch when I was very little. So, alright, I guess I'm going for a hot lap here. Let's turn the variability low so that we, oh, okay. Please confirm you're seeing ACC. I still haven't got confirmation that it works. All right, good. DC, and we're gonna have to do another volume check a little later because the volumes might be different here. Okay, let's leave the rest of the car as it is. Just going for the quickest setup. I always put TC and ABS on 1 because, well, sometimes I go up again on the TC to maybe like 3, depending on the car, but usually it works for me on 1. It's often even too strong, feels still too strong at 1. Anyway. Okay, so interestingly, the sound of the game is on the TV instead of my headphones. Now it's on the headphones. How's the volume? I need to erase the view. Yeah, that looks good. Okay. Yeah, for you guys, I'll just have driver and wheel both in the picture. So here we go. I don't think I've driven this car on this track though, so let's see how similar it is to the, oh, I'm still in my KartKraft settings in the wheel. Okay. This is so relaxing compared to KartKraft now. Currently not used to driving here with traction control, so I might be a little over careful. I might want some more downforce on the front. It's very understeery. Wait, what? I think you put the top chat window in the stream, or is it just for me? Oh, you mean top chat instead of... yeah. No, that's how it's supposed to be, I think. Oh, okay. What if I turn it to live chat here instead of top chat? Sorry, I had no idea. That was on top chat by default. Okay. Oh, okay. I now see what you mean. How do I move it? Is up here better maybe? And a little smaller. Smaller. Like so. Top middle, okay. It's not centered yet. I think now it's pretty much centered. Okay. Let's quickly restart. It's my force set to 80. Let's go 90. Okay. Oh, and quickly saving the setup. STD for standard.
Green light, go, go, go.
All right, better now? You're welcome. The McLaren feels a little lifeless, as I guess we're used to from McLaren GT3s. Yeah, I'm extra smooth right now, I guess, on the throttle because oh, damn it! Slight cut here. I'm used to the Porsche, the Cup car, not the GT3, and you have to be a little more subtle with the throttle on that one. Uh-oh, that was late. Okay, and there we have it. One clean lap of Brands Hatch at a 225.8.
The fastest lap so far. Your lap time is invalidated. Please try to stay on the track.
Right. Okay. Okay, so turn one is so I approach it. Come on, turn the car on. I approach it from the yeah, as you see, very much from the inside. Kind of I think the best is to brake right in the middle of the track, because the track is going to the right. So if you're all the way to the left already, then you can't really brake in a straight line. So you want to approach it from, yeah, maybe cross a little bit of the exit. I'm not perfectly sure. Maybe I was a little bit too far on the right. Maybe I wasn't. I'm not sure. But for now, this is how I drive it. Crossing the pit exit lines just to make sure the car is straight while you're braking, much like in KartKraft before. Except it's not as fast, so it's a little easier here. And then yeah, let's have a look at it next time around again. So in general, one thing you want to do with these cars is smooth driving inputs, because the aero balance is very important. Last live stream, Aris of Kunos was in chat, and he reiterated that I should really keep it in straight, like instead of heavy trail braking, just lift off the gas and coast it through the corner, so that the aero balance of the car will remain stable. Now that corner was really bad, unfortunately. First turn was good again. So it's not like I brake and then when I leave the brake I immediately get back on the throttle, but I just let it run for a little bit, just following the turn, and when I have good vision of the exit of the turn again, then I get back on the throttle when the car is mostly already pointing straight. Okay, let's see, approaching from here. Yeah, that was too early on the throttle. I was trying to pull through, but it was a little optimistic. I wouldn't do that in a real car, because there's this, like, it's a little fuzzy where exactly the kitty litter starts and how much gravel you can get away with when you're taking that turn. But yeah, if you're just in general, you should keep it on the safe side as long as you're not like going for the last 1/100th of a second. So you brake in a straight line to get to more of the middle or outside of the track, and then you turn in after the braking, and then you should have the rest of the track in more or less a straight line in front of you. And I should also focus more on the driving, less on the talking here. Oh God, worst lap ever. It's also important not to brake too early here. If you brake too early, you're just going to have to wait and wait and wait for the apex. and that is just very tempting to have you go on the throttle too early. So you can brake pretty late. Oh. Still need to get in a rhythm for this right-hander here with this car. Haven't really figured that out yet. Okay, let's approach turn 1 again. So we're staying to the inside, we're braking in a straight line pretty late, bringing the car over to the middle, then turning in. Turn in now, off the brake, and then full power. A little bit of a slide, but easy enough to correct with the wheel alone. That wasn't really good. It's too late on the brakes for turn 2 and turn 3, as it turns out. And then in this turn, I think it makes sense to also again brake in the middle of the road, and then make sure you get a very late apex, but get the car to the late apex. Don't waste time going around the outside. I was too late on the brakes this time. Oh, and in turn 2, actually, different from how I did it the last couple laps, you can, as the KartKraft dev said, dive bomb the apex a little. Because when you point your nose towards the apex already, then you can brake a little later and get away with it, because then you have more. Then you also like going more in a V shape through the corner. So let's try and do that next lap. This is how you take this one. See, like this. Don't get too far on the inside. That now cost me big time. Yes. But I feel like I want to actually change the aero balance a little bit of this car. Wait, the ride height is at the minimum already? On both ends? Okay. Reducing the rear wing by 2. This is how you take turn 2. Well, that wasn't really good here in turn 3 now, because I was maybe a little early on the brakes, and then I took the turn too far on the inside. I didn't have a late apex, but an apex all around the turn. Come on, yes. And that meant I could only go on the gas later. So, lost a lot of time down the straight. But yeah, this is so much faster now with the rear wing lowered. Like even on a bad lap like this one, I'm still quicker than before.
Well done, mate. This has been your personal best.
That was too late on the brakes. Bad turn 2. Bad turn 3.
Validated. Please try to stay on the track.
What a decent turn 4. And now see what I'm making compared to the lap before. Almost a 10th on the straight. Yes, and this corner is so much better now. Got off the brakes too late here. Missed the apex. Really quick through here, that's nice. Okay, let's do over. Yes, good first 2 turns here. Those 2 are good as well. So we're now 6/10 ahead already. Stick. No! Did stick. Too bad. But yeah, I can do a... Guess I can do a 24 here. Ah, grass. Not enough braking. That was a perfect turn 3, finally. Ah, come on. Freaking hell. Ah.
Your lap time is invalidating. Please try to stay on the track.
What you're saying, meaning that you are my fangirl? Or is there another fan that I'm not aware of? And I'm surprised if you're really a girl, because that's that's a rare thing. But I very much like to see girls or women in sim racing or racing in general. Yeah, I mean we're at 5 years now, so it sort of is private driving lessons. But then again, I got those earlier with the KartKraft app, and I got them last stream with Aris of Kunos. In terms of support, I mean, advertise. I do have PayPal donation email address if that's what you're looking for. You can find it in the Sveig Raceway description on Race Department. But otherwise, I guess just... Ooh, that felt really good now. Not very quick. Nope. Been the lap. Otherwise, yeah, just support via telling people about the channel, having other people watch. So just to confirm, you are in fact female? All right. No, because I was wondering why there are so few women in sim racing, because my statistics show me a little too far on the inside here. Show me often a 100.0% male viewership, which means that only 1 out of 2,000 viewers is female, which I think is, there are a few things in life that are that strictly divided between gender lines. And I'm interested in what the reasons for that are, if there's anything holding women back from motorsports or sim racing outside of just not being interested in it, then I would also be interested in what those things are, and if I had a chance to change anything about it, I would gladly take it, but so far I don't have a good idea of what to or how to approach that or what to do about it. Okay, a little quicker now this lap, but still not a good lap.
Well done, mate. Personal fastest lap.
Where in Germany are you from again? Did you say that before? I don't think you did you? Alright. Or maybe you did say that. I'm not sure. It's close to the border? What? Which border? Swiss border, okay. So like, what's down there? Konstanz? Freiburg? No. Fuck it. So see, that wasn't a good exit out of turn 4 here. Losing almost a tenth down the straight. Ah. Yeah, I would need it. I feel like I need more front wing, but if I decrease the rear wing anymore, I'm getting issues in other places maybe. Well, but let's try that again. Rheinfelden, okay. No, I was just wondering if I know the city, but I've never been down there, so I don't really know the like the smaller cities. Okay, let's go 3 in the rear wing. Maybe it's even faster. Maybe it's not. I think this lap is really bad from a driving standpoint, but I'm on par with the quickest so far, so I guess the reduced rear wing is helping even more. I really want to get into the 24s here. Yeah, brake too late, then caught myself some sweet drift. Okay, let me take this botched lap to read a little bit. Oh, we're 8 viewers again, anyway. Also, other viewers who may also engage in the conversation, right? It's not just Swifty and me. It doesn't have to be just Swifty and me. So, yeah, okay, so one point that you're mentioning here about women in sim racing is that there is a lack of female or role models, I guess, or whatever you want to call it. Maybe just a lack of female faces in the community. I only know of one. Well, there's Sim Racing Girl, but she's now moved on to be Fanatic Shill Girl. And then there is the YouTube channel Cookies and Cars, I think it's called, with I forgot her name, but a British rally driver who's also doing sim racing. And I was like, if ever my channel should be near the size of her channel, I would look into a cooperation, but right now I'm just like at 3,000 subs. It's like, okay, it would be like a little, I don't know. I don't think it's the right time for me to contact her about any sort of collaboration on the channel. I would love to do like a boy versus girl hot lap kind of thing with a female sim racer or something like that. But ideally, it should be matched in pace. I wouldn't want to confirm any prejudice by being a lot quicker. Ideally, the girl, whoever it is, would beat me even, and so I think she's a good candidate for that. Whoa. But yeah, right now my channel is way too small to do that. But she's not really, unfortunately, she's not really part of the rest of the sim racing community. I feel I've never seen her post on Facebook outside of promoting her own videos, I think, and I don't think I don't know, but I don't think she is on Discord. Maybe I should look into it, but. So out of turn 2, by the way, I wish I had less traction control. Cookies and Cars? No, she's a rally driver. I'm pretty sure of that because she's done some pretty awesome Dirt Rally 2 stuff, and she's always promoting her videos as being a rally driver. So would be a surprise to me if she was also doing F3, because then that would sort of, in my eyes, that would be the headline and not being a rally driver, right? We have a very quick German female in, I think, F3, Sophia Flörsch, and she is on a good way of becoming pretty famous. And if she's also decent driver, she might have a shot at maybe like a Formula One, being a Formula One test driver. I have no idea if she's fast enough for a driver, but generally there have been Formula One test drivers, female ones, before. Unfortunately, I feel like it's mostly publicity stunts, because most of them unfortunately weren't as fast, and it seemed very much like they were there for the publicity of having a female driver on board. But I think Sophia Fleur, she's up there with the guys. So I'm not sure she's quick enough to get a real F1 cockpit, but I mean, I would love to see that. And she's also the one who had the crazy accident in Macau, I think on the way to turn 1 or in turn 1, where she smashed her car roof first into that post behind turn 1, went flying above the fence and then smashed into it, and was very lucky. That was like one of the it was the scariest accident I've seen in racing, period. Never seen anything more horrific than that, and that's what put her on the map, interestingly. But she's fine. She survived with minor injuries, even though the crash looked like she should be dead. Yeah, incredibly lucky. It was like a post, like some stand made out of guardrail on the front, and it has like a little gap for, it was either photographers or track marshals to either stick their lances through or the flags. And I think her head landed right inside that little gap, which was incredibly lucky for her. Like, even all the deadly accidents from Formula One and other racing series in the past, I don't think any of them looked as horrific to me as her accident. Thank God the cars are really safe now. By the way, about traction control, Shrifty, maybe it makes sense to just take a car that is that works with traction control off. I mean, and train with that. I can really recommend the Porsche 911 Cup car here in this game. Because that one doesn't have a traction control. And it's still reasonably manageable. It's tricky, it's not easy, but if you train on that, I guess at some point traction control settings like this here at 1 will seem just right to you. But as with most things in life, I mean, just practice is what gets you there. Some people are incredibly talented, but that's the fewest. Max Verstappen, for example, is one of them.
Well done, mate. Personal best.
But me personally, I think I'm just average in terms of talent. I just have a lot of experience driving, I guess. Come on, stay on. Ah! Damn it! I was 4/10 ahead, so that was good for 24. Oh, I think, like in terms of drivability, I gotta say I really like the Porsche GT3 now. It has a very pointy nose, so it's very easy to get exactly where you want it to go, and then just watch the rear a little. But it got a lot better with the new tire model on the Porsche, the GT3 one with traction control. See, I'm just full on the throttle, and I don't even get the rear to kick out at all, even just going full throttle in that turn, in turn 2, in second gear. It just won't let me, even if I wanted, and so I don't even need all the space to the left that I could use. So I would ideally like a traction control setting for that turn below 1. I mean, I could go 0, but I'm guessing I'll just throw the car away now. It's surprisingly stable actually without traction control. Hey Eric. Oh yeah, well.
Your lap time is invalidated.
I think turn 3, if anything. Turn 3 and 4 are probably the turns where you'd most need a traction control here. Or maybe if you go into a drift in turn 1. Eric, I think it was like that in AC as well, but it definitely is not in ACC. And I got that confirmed last stream by Aris himself. So I had exactly that question because 1 felt mighty strong in some cases. But I also tried the highest 11 in this case. And it was completely weird. And yeah, he confirmed that 1 is definitely the lowest. Let's go for another hot lap here. Damn it. Let's see what we get here in terms of time anyway. Still want to get into the 24s. Nah. Huh. I lost a lot of time in that turn, even though it didn't feel that bad. But it's I'm surprised how easy this car is to drive without traction control, actually. He sat and went into the biggest slide ever. But I was full throttle throughout all the slide, so that's something. Great. Don't read the chat and drive, okay. Oh, Minolin, yeah, Kevin Struck, or Struck, I think is his name. Yeah, he joined ACC. He joined Kunos for ACC. He was just a regular non-Kunos guy during AC. Yeah, he is responsible for the multiplayer stuff in ACC, and he's also done the Heli Corsa app. Is he German, by the way? Because his name sounds German, but I have no idea. All right, yeah. So many Germans here in this community. I was too far on the inside, by the way. Maybe the car just needs more power. Of course, of course, exactly. This is happening. Jesus. Yeah. So now I jinxed it. Absolutely jinxed it. Learning new tracks. I guess there are approaches to doing that. I tend to just drive them until I know them. I don't have any particular approach, I think, towards learning them. I'm sure there's some people on YouTube who give advice on how to learn new tracks, but I'm not equipped to do that. I'm just also really bad on many of the ACC tracks, actually, because I've never really hot lapped. Or many of them I haven't hot lapped ever, and hot lapping is basically where I get my track knowledge. But then again, it really helps also to do some, right, maybe that's my advice. Do some AI races and just force yourself to stay clean. Don't try to be quick on a track when you're just learning it. Or in fact, any new car track combo. I mean, whenever I go to a track that I haven't visited in a while with a new car, I always go for some AI races. Not always, but I should always do that. To just force myself to keep the car clean and just get into a rhythm, do lap after lap after lap without crashing the car out. And the AI is, I guess, just there to keep me motivated, because when I'm alone on track, I end up hot lapping every time. So, yeah. Take the AI to keep you motivated and just lap the track forever. The Torman 89. Am I happy with the DD? Yeah, when it works, I'm happy. Let me actually put traction control back on. Like when I'm really focused, then traction control off works fine. I might even be quicker than 1 for hot lapping. But when I'm also reading the chat and stuff, I just make too many mistakes with the traction control off. So I have a very in-depth review of the DD1 on this channel. So I advise you to check that out, because that's 30 minutes of in-depth opinions and background facts and stuff. Basically everything that I have to say about the DD1 is in there. Except maybe I like how it feels a little bit more after realizing that you can actually get away with setting one of these settings a little lower. That will make the car feel a little better. Or, well, let me rephrase that. That will make the tires feel more rubbery, and that's the force feedback intensity setting. And for ACC I now put that down to 80, since Aris told me to do that last stream basically. And it really does help making the tires feel more like rubber, which is pretty amazing. Why am I driving like this? Come on. So that's new since the review. Otherwise, it's my third one, but actually only one of the let me stop the car. So I had it what's the word, RMA'd twice now, but the second time wasn't really necessary. The second time was just because I was reporting slightly weird noises out of the fan in the back of it, and since this third unit here that I have is making the same noises, I think that's just how those fans sound. It's not a very reassuring sound, because you hear a little bit of a trrrt, out of the back of the wheelbase that I've never heard on any other fan in any of my PCs that I've installed. So that's a little weird, but it seems to be normal. So I had one power button failure, and this particular base sometimes also seems to have some power button issues, and that's whenever I want to turn it off. It will tell me high torque or torque deactivated due to power button on the display instead of turning the wheelbase off, which I have no idea why that is. So that's like a little quirk. Eventually, when I try over and over and over, I will eventually manage to shut it off, or I could just pull the plug, but that's not really an issue. No major issues, just power button issues so far for me, basically, on the DD1. And yeah, I guess it is what it is. I still, outside of that, I like it a great deal. The one feature that for me is outstanding about it is the display that shows us the actual Newton meters of torque put out at any given moment. And also it shows you what was the peak output over the past 5 seconds. So after your turn, you can have a peek at the display and see the torque that you had. And for example, I was able to use that to explain why I think 20 Newton meters is certainly not too much, and why even 25 or 30 Newton meter wheels are sometimes justified, depending on what you want to do with it. But like more on that is in the DD1 review. Do you mean by DD just in general a direct drive wheelbase, or do you mean the Fanatic ones? Because of course what I now just said applies to the Fanatic, and I think that in terms of how the wheelbase feels, like the force feedback, the acceleration, the strength of it, and just how it feels in general, I think the differences between all the big players are very small. So if you have like a Simicube 1 or 2, or a Bodnar, or a Fanatic, DD1, DD2, there are going to be differences that you can feel, certainly, but they're not going to be that big. And I think probably I've not tried any others outside of 2 Bodnars, but that was like for a very short time when I visited Heusingfeld 2 years ago. And from what I remember, they felt very similar to the DD1. And I'm certain like after, if you don't drive them back to back, you might even struggle to, I'm not certain, but you might struggle to tell them apart if you take a week in between or something. It's so at the very least, the differences I think between the individual direct drive wheelbases, the strong ones, maybe not the AccuForce or other weaker direct drive bases, but anything in the 20 to 30 Newton meter range, by Bodnar, any of the OSWs, Simicube 2, Fanatic, they will all feel fairly similar to one another. And it's really about features, about compatibility, about the software support, reliability, which is maybe not Fanatic's strong suit. But yeah, and then just get the power that you need, and at the price that you can afford, or you may have to make a compromise there. So that's my advice. Or if you want a certain feature, then go with whatever base has that feature. Fanatic DD1. Yeah, that's the one I have here. Okay, to be honest, I'm hungry, I'm exhausted. I think this stream has now already, like, we're way past the 3-hour mark at this point. I don't think I'm going to do any more driving. I'm happy to answer any last questions that you may have. Otherwise, I guess I'm out for the night. I'm taking the gloves off. Thank you. Also, thank you for joining us, for me and the rest of the guys and girls in the chat, for all of it. I like seeing some regulars. I've seen you before, Swifty, and I've also seen Eric GPL before, I'm pretty sure of that. Terje, I think as well. Yeah. Anyway, since no more questions are coming in, closing down ACC, and to everybody maybe watching a real life of this, thank you very much for watching this, sticking it out till the end. Hope you have a wonderful time. See you in the next video or in the next stream. And as always, I don't know where the end this thing button is. There it is. Right. All right. Good. Bye-bye.